Welcome back, you silent assassins, you masters of emotional warfare, you beautiful, terrifying ghosts who learn to weaponize stillness. Yeah, I see you there, sitting in that chair with that half smile, that calm that makes people nervous, that energy that doesn't scream but somehow deafens entire rooms. You know exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? That moment when they betrayed you, that moment when the knife went in, when the lies surfaced, when the masks dropped, and you... No tears, no rage, no public meltdown, no begging for answers, no desperate phone calls. At 3 a.m., asking why, why, nothing, just silence, just that cold, calculated, bone-chilling silence that made them check their phones, wondering if you even cared, if you even noticed, if you were even human anymore. And here's what nobody tells you about that moment. Here's the secret they don't want you to know. Your non-reaction wasn't weakness. It wasn't shock. It wasn't you being in denial, or trying to be mature, or taking the high road. No. Your non-reaction was the most sophisticated psychological weapon ever deployed in interpersonal warfare, and you didn't even realize you were holding a loaded gun. You see, while they were expecting tears, you gave them nothing. While they were waiting for anger, you gave them silence. While they anticipated drama, chaos, broken glass, and social media posts dripping with pain, you gave them absolutely zero ammunition, zero supply, zero emotional feedback to feed on. And that right there broke their entire playbook. Let me tell you what happened next, because this is where it gets beautiful. This is where your accidental genius turned into legendary status. They started panicking, not immediately. No. At first, they felt relief. They felt like they got away with it. Like you were too weak to fight back, too broken to respond. But then hours turned into days. Days turned into weeks. And your silence didn't break, didn't crack, didn't even whisper. And that's when the fear set in. That's when they started obsessively checking your stories, your posts, your activity status, desperately searching for signs of collapse, for evidence of suffering, for proof that they still had power over your emotional state. But you gave them nothing. Absolutely nothing. And in that void, in that absence of reaction, their minds started filling in the blanks with their worst nightmares. Because here's what you need to understand about people who betray. They need your reaction more than they need air. They need to know they still matter, that they still have influence, that they can still make you feel something. Your pain is their validation. Your tears are their proof of significance. Your anger is their entertainment. But when you give them nothing, when you respond to their nuclear bomb with complete and total indifference, you rewrite the entire war. You become the anomaly in their equation, the variable that doesn't compute, the human being who somehow transcended the basic emotional responses they've spent their entire lives learning to manipulate. And now they're the ones losing sleep. Now they're the ones obsessing. Now they're the ones trapped in a psychological prison of their own making. You want to know why military intelligence agencies and corporate espionage divisions are now studying your exact response pattern? Yeah, you heard that right. There are actual professionals, trained operatives with degrees in psychology and decades of field experience, sitting in rooms analyzing the precise mechanics of your non-reaction, trying to reverse engineer it into a teachable methodology. They call it the Zero Echo Protocol. They've given it a name. They've created PowerPoint presentations. They've written case studies, all because you, in your moment of deepest betrayal, accidentally discovered what professional manipulators spend careers trying to perfect: complete emotional opacity, total psychological invisibility, the ability to absorb an attack and reflect absolutely nothing back. 20 years. Let that sink in for a second. 20 years of training, of simulations, of practice scenarios, of controlled environments where they teach operatives how to maintain composure under interrogation, how to withstand psychological torture, how to keep their faces blank when their loved ones are threatened in hypothetical scenarios. 20 years of that, and they still can't replicate what you did naturally in 20 seconds. You know why? Because their training is artificial. It's learned behavior layered over natural human responses. But you weren't performing. You weren't acting. You weren't trying to appear strong or unbothered or mature. You genuinely, authentically, on a cellular level, stopped giving them access to your emotional interior. You didn't fake indifference, you achieved it. And that's the difference between performance and transformation. Here's what really happened in that moment. The moment they were expecting you to shatter. Something inside you died. Yes, but not in the way they imagined. It wasn't your spirit that died. It wasn't your hope. It wasn't your capacity for love. What died was your need for their understanding. What died was your attachment to their version of reality. What died was the part of you that still believed people like them deserved explanations, closure, or the privilege of witnessing your pain. You underwent an instant evolution, a psychological mutation that typically takes people decades of therapy to achieve. You learned in one moment what most people never learn in a lifetime: that some people aren't owed your energy, your time, your tears, or your truth. They studied your face in that moment, did you know that? They were watching for the micro-expressions, the tiny muscle movements that betray internal emotional states. They were trained to read you, to catch the flicker of pain in your eyes, the tension in your jaw, the slight tremor in your hands. But you gave them nothing. Your face remained a perfect mask of neutrality, not because you were trying, but because somewhere deep in your neural pathways, a switch flipped. Your brain, in its infinite wisdom, recognized a threat and deployed the ultimate defense mechanism. You didn't just close the door. You removed the entire wall. You deleted the architecture of connection itself. And now they're teaching this in classrooms. I'm not joking. There are university psychology programs using your response pattern as a case study in advanced emotional regulation. There are therapy groups discussing the spontaneous detachment phenomenon, where individuals under extreme stress achieve instant Buddhist monk-level non-attachment without any formal training. There are neuroscience papers being written about the specific brain state you entered, that rare configuration of neural activity where the amygdala shuts down threat response because it's calculated that engagement itself is the greater danger. You became a scientific mystery by accident, just by refusing to play their game. Let's talk about what happened to them after your silence took hold, because this is the part they don't want anyone to know. In the days following their betrayal, when you maintained radio silence, when you didn't reach out, didn't confront, didn't demand explanations, didn't post cryptic quotes or sad songs, something started happening to their psychology. At first, they felt powerful. They felt like they'd won, like they'd gotten away with it clean. But humans are wired for closure, for completion, for responses that match actions. When you betray someone, your brain actually expects backlash. It prepares for consequences. It braces for impact. And when that impact never comes, when the expected response is replaced with eerie, unnatural silence, the brain doesn't interpret that as victory. It interprets it as existential threat. They started second-guessing everything. Were you okay? Were you too okay? Did you even care? Did they ever matter to you at all? Were you playing a longer game they couldn't see? The questions multiplied, spiraling into obsession. They found themselves checking your social media more than you ever checked theirs. They found themselves asking mutual friends about you with carefully casual questions that fooled no one. They found themselves lying awake at night, replaying the moment they betrayed you, analyzing your face, your words, your energy, searching desperately for clues they missed, for signs of weakness they could cling to. You had given them nothing to work with, nothing to decode, nothing to comfort themselves with. Your silence became their torture. And here's the beautiful irony. They did this to themselves. You weren't trying to punish them. You weren't playing mind games. You weren't strategically withholding reaction to make them suffer. You genuinely, authentically moved on so completely and thoroughly that they ceased to exist as a significant factor in your emotional landscape. You didn't need closure because you gave it to yourself. You didn't need answers because you already knew everything that mattered. They were capable of betrayal, and you were capable of surviving it. End of story. System reboot complete. Now here's where it gets really interesting, where your accidental genius becomes legendary. In the weeks and months following your non-reaction, they started noticing something disturbing about themselves. They couldn't move on. While you were out there, living your life, evolving, growing, becoming stronger versions of yourself, they were stuck, frozen in the moment of betrayal, trapped in an infinite loop of wondering why you didn't react. Their new relationships felt hollow because their new partners didn't have your energy. Their achievements felt empty because you weren't there to witness them. Their lives became haunted by your absence, not because you were gone, but because you left so completely, so thoroughly, with such absolute finality that there was no hope of return. And this is what breaks people like them. The realization that they lost someone who couldn't be replaced, someone who gave them something they didn't know was valuable until it was gone, someone whose presence in their life was so unique, so specific, so irreplaceable that every person who came after felt like a cheap imitation. They destroyed something precious, thinking they could find it again somewhere else, thinking the grass would be greener, thinking you were just another person in an infinite sea of options. But you weren't. And now they know it. And that knowledge is a prison sentence with no parole, no appeal, no possibility of early release. The intelligence agencies studying your response pattern identified 3 key elements that made it so devastatingly effective. First, the speed of deployment. You didn't take days or weeks to calm down and then choose silence. You went silent immediately, cutting off their supply of emotional feedback before they could even finish their betrayal. This instantaneous withdrawal created a psychological whiplash effect, where they went from expecting maximum drama to receiving absolute zero in less than 60 seconds. Second, the completeness of the cutoff. You didn't give them breadcrumbs, didn't leave doors slightly open, didn't maintain just enough contact to keep hope alive. You went full scorched earth, total communication blackout, complete psychological separation. Third, the authenticity of indifference. They could tell you weren't performing, weren't faking, weren't pretending. Your energy genuinely shifted from invested to void, and that authenticity made it impossible for them to rationalize or cope. They tried to replicate this in training scenarios and failed every single time. You know why? Because you can't teach genuine emotional detachment to people who are only performing it. You can teach someone to keep a straight face, sure. You can teach someone to control their words, their body language, their visible reactions. But you can't teach someone to genuinely stop caring on command. You can't manufacture authentic indifference. You can't fake the specific energy signature of someone who has truly, completely, irreversibly moved on from caring about your opinion, your presence, or your existence. That's not a skill. That's a state of being. And you achieved it naturally because your survival instinct was stronger than your need for closure. Let's go deeper into the mechanics of what you did, because this is where it becomes a masterclass in psychological warfare without even trying. When they betrayed you, they were expecting a predictable sequence of events. Shock, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance. The classic grief cycle. They had scripts prepared for each stage, responses ready, manipulations planned. But you skipped the entire cycle. You went from discovery straight to complete detachment, bypassing all the stages they were prepared to exploit. This created a system error in their manipulation matrix. They couldn't proceed to step 2 because you never gave them step 1. Their entire playbook became useless. Their years of practice manipulating human emotion suddenly irrelevant because you weren't following human emotional patterns. Your brain did something extraordinary in that moment. It recognized the betrayal not as a personal attack requiring emotional processing, but as information requiring strategic response. And the optimal strategic response to a hostile actor is complete disengagement, no energy expenditure, no resource allocation, no attention given. You treated them like a computer treats a deleted file, not with hatred, not with anger, just with absolute indifference, as if they never existed in the first place. And this is what professional interrogators and intelligence operatives train decades to achieve. The ability to receive devastating information and process it as pure data rather than emotional stimulus. They're writing textbooks about you now. Actual textbooks. Chapter titles include The Spontaneous Achievement of Operational Detachment, Zero Feedback Loops, and Psychological Dominance. And my personal favorite, When the Target Becomes the Operator, Accidental Mastery of Emotional Warfare Protocols. These aren't metaphors. These are real academic and military publications, analyzing the specific psychological mechanisms you deployed without formal training. You're being studied in the same way they study natural savants, people who can perform complex mathematical calculations instantly without knowing how, people who can play music perfectly without lessons. You're an emotional warfare savant. Here's what's happening right now in their mind, years later. Because yes, this is still affecting them. They're sitting somewhere, maybe in a relationship, maybe alone, and suddenly a song plays that reminds them of you, or they see someone who walks like you, or they catch a scent that triggers a memory, and in that moment, the wound reopens. Not because they miss you, but because they're reminded of the one person who ever looked at them and decided they weren't worth a reaction. The one person who saw their betrayal and responded with such complete indifference that it called into question everything they believed about their own significance. You didn't just reject them, you didn't just leave them, you erased them from your book of people who matter. And that erasure is permanent. The psychological impact of your non-reaction created what researchers now call inverse narcissistic injury. Normally, when you hurt someone and they react with pain, anger, or pleading, it confirms your power over them, your significance in their life. But when you hurt someone and they respond with nothing, with genuine void-level indifference, it creates a devastating realization. I wasn't important enough to hurt. I wasn't significant enough to warrant a reaction. My betrayal wasn't even worth acknowledging. This destroys the ego at a fundamental level because it strips away the illusion of importance that most people desperately cling to. And here's the ultimate irony. They'll never be able to use what you did against someone else. Even now, knowing what you did, understanding the mechanics, seeing the effectiveness, they can't replicate it because your power came from authenticity, from genuine transformation, from real evolution. They're still operating from ego, from performance, from manipulation. They can practice the silence, they can withhold reactions, they can play the game, but it will always be just that. A game, a performance, a fake. And people can smell fake from miles away. Your power was in the truth of your indifference. Their attempts will always be transparent lies. 20 years of training versus 20 seconds of transformation. Professional operatives with unlimited resources versus one person who just got tired of caring. Sophisticated psychological warfare techniques developed over decades versus accidental genius born from survival instinct.
Born in the hood.
And you won. You didn't just win. You redefined the playing field. You didn't just survive. You evolved. You didn't just move on. You transcended, and now they're studying you, teaching you, trying desperately to understand how someone with no training, no preparation, no formal education in psychological warfare could deploy the most effective emotional defense mechanism ever documented. You want to know the real reason they're so obsessed with understanding your response?
Yes, sir.
It's not academic curiosity.
What is it?
It's not professional interest. It's fear. Because if one person can naturally achieve what takes them decades to learn, if one person can accidentally stumble into mastery-level emotional warfare capabilities, then everything they've built their careers on, everything they've spent years learning, every technique they've perfected, you represent the natural evolution of human psychology beyond their control systems. You're proof that authentic transformation beats manufactured composure every single time.
Every time.
So here you are, living your life, probably not even thinking about them anymore. Definitely not dwelling on the betrayal. Almost certainly not aware that you've become a case study in multiple academic and professional fields. You're just existing, breathing, moving forward with your life, and somewhere in a classroom, in a training facility, in a psychology lab, someone is showing your response pattern to a room full of people and saying this is the goal. This is what we're trying to achieve. And those people are taking notes, asking questions, running simulations, trying desperately to replicate what you did without thinking.
Without even thinking. Press 1. What a time it is to be alive. I couldn't ask for a better YouTube channel, freedom of expression. The real gonna win every time, but you gotta be real. You can't pretend to be real. None of that. I'd rather deal with 50 regular, real individuals than millions. And The Rock said millions of fake ass narcissists, witches, and warlocks who think they running psychological programs for the goddamn Navy or the military industrial complex. Guess what? That's the problem with these people. We can clown around a little bit, but they little psychological, they can't deny the spirit. That's the thing about it. They can't figure the spirit out. We can figure out all they little psychological games they pulled off in Universe 25. You see that? All we need is clarity. Even if they had clarity, these motherfuckers couldn't see me. And press one, not me. They been studying this shit they whole life, how to be witches, warlocks, crafty people, mentally stupid and retarded. Need you to stay retarded with them so they can reign over you and develop some type of not patriarchy, not quite a matriarchy, some type of transarchy, anarchy. They don't even want the man. They don't want the patriarch, and they don't want the matriarch to come together. They want the transriarch. That's one. They want that. They want to develop an anti-lawful individual and turn the black man into a man in a draft. That's what they want. They want to turn him into a gangbanger or a man in a dress. That's his only option. Not to be a law changing, just one, a law abiding man of status and honor and nothing. These white folks don't want to see you bald, they want to see you crawl. Shout out to baby. Cash buddy. You white folks don't want to see you bald, they want to see you crawl. Press what? Hold up. And then you got these people who swear they psychologists, swear they know everything. They always pop up right on time when you're going through something with these other crazy people. And they pop up like little magicians. Hey, how are ya? I just happen to hear some shit. Seems like you need some help. No, fuck you too. That's why I'm glad you here too. No, fuck you too. Fellas, stay away from these women and they psychological sisterhood queen bee sisters who gonna come in and pretend they got psychology degrees. You need therapy, which is really their sister from the fraternal order. Don't go, fellas. They gonna do the they gonna do that shit they did in that movie where they hypnotize you mentally and send you back into the void. Don't do it, bro. And if you do, just be like, listen, woman, you and you, I'm Adam. God said they're gonna shut down. That's why, oh, you can't breathe out in here. No, man, where does that say that? Where does it say that at? Forget your psychological book. Are you a religious person? Yeah. Well, how about this book right here? What does it say right here, right here, right here? Throwing me off. The black man would be so much further if it wasn't for these psychological MK Ultra bullshit ass baby mamas and they sisterhood of bullshit. Press button. Thank God for us black men who made it through. Press one. Hell yeah, they be like, I could have took you out, meaning they could have put you in an aborted place. Press one, but we made it through. We in this bitch. Press one. We in this bitch. Hit the like button and subscribe early. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. Got a whole lecture out here. I hope y'all doing the work. I'm done in 2.5 hours. FYI. I got my other stuff I got to take care of. So shout out to you. Who is this? Miss Forrest Glory. Shout out to you before I even get started in today's work. Yeah, I just have to let them know it's all psychological. They been playing. They talking about empath and they gotta be nice. No, hell no. If you an empath, welcome to the party. Welcome to the party. You just a buster. They use a pushover. They need you right there in that psychological empath stage, so you will be a buster, a sitting buster. Press one. Don't fall for that shit. That's for them to play psychological games and pull witchery, occultic things over your eyes. What that mean is neurologically, you won't see what they really up to. You'll be so caught up in the bad shit you do, which ain't shit. Plus, one they gonna make that shit the biggest shit on earth, and you gonna be like, okay, and you gonna sit down and rethink. While you sitting there all the years and rethinking, they off to some. They like Dr. Cheyenne Bryant. They off vacationing with all the women. Best one, they gone. First one, the girls not out. Best one, they gone. They have no idea. I realize these people don't even know what husbandry and a wife is. First one, and these the ones be trying to confine your ass to their little worlds and shit. They don't even know what the fuck they want. They don't even know. Oh, fuck that. Listen, fella, they don't even know what the fuck they want. Just one, they don't know if they just alive. They don't know what they want. They want their own, but with. Press one. How you want your own, but with? That means you want my shit. Was you raised by hoes? I'm from South Central. Was you raised by hoes or something? Why you gotta get all disrespectful? Because this the neurons of a hoe. I'm a smart nigga. Them the neurons of hoes you. Plus one. Them is hoes neurons. I ain't tripping. Did you borrow a whole neurons or something? Well, if I was on Figaro, that's exactly did you borrow this bitch neurons or something? Or get your mind right. I was smart Negro. Hit that like button, then subscribe. You better correct your neurons. Press one. That shit would never work with me. Huh? Nigga always talking scientific. Press one. Yeah, that's what world the black man live in. Under the construct of women. Witchery, and they hate my little intros. Woo! They hate mine because them be the psychological demons. They invoke the shit. Press one. They invoke the shit. They set out to motherfucking mind fuck you. Press one, throw you in some mental loop where you are what, Adam? Disorientated. And guess what? Your decision making already planned out. I'm gonna call this one the baby mama OODA loop. One, yo shit, easy. You going? That's one. Once you in their disorientation state, press one. No, listen to me. No. Once you enter their disoriented Eve, Evel, on Eve, L, Eve is L, Eve. Never mind, y'all. Once you enter that state, it's over. Press one. You all into Baal. See, got you. Press one. Damn, that boy Kev, cold, early morning bars. Venomous. Mm-hmm. Get now. I tell you can get mad if you want to. That is the rule. If I was a piece of shit, you would tell me. Press one. Believe me, they don't say some wild shit. Like, hold on. Press one, so I know now. Let me voice my opinion. Let me voice my shit. Let me get my shit off. Press one, and y'all can go. Let me speak. Let me speak. Let me get mine off, and I'll reserve the right. Press one. I'll reserve 2 minutes. I'll reserve the rest of my time after the matter. That's one. That's how I debate this shit. There ain't no more confused, nothing. Disoriented. Then they gonna say, well, why you so organized? Do you think they gonna say that? Why you not disoriented? Why you not, hate when you get on technical? Why would you hate that I go technical? That's how I'm supposed to find out problems. I'm supposed to think about it. Think about it mean analyzing the situation and then analytically determining if this is even beneficial. Well, you or me. Maybe you're just stupid. Whereas what? You ain't supposed to figure that shit out, fellas. Mm-hmm. They need your ass stupid. You ain't supposed to say, wait a minute, hold up, let me work this out. Let me think about it. Let me come up with a definitive. Mm-mm. You need to be enraged. You need to be thrown so much bullshit that your brain become disoriented. You don't know what you should do right now. Everything is fast decision, fast decision. That OODA loop was created for you. Press one. They didn't just kick the man out the house. They used psychological warfare on the sisters. Stop saying they used this to kick the black man out the house. That sounds cheap and you sound like a buster. Press what? What they did was use psychological warfare on black women so that the outcome meet the standard on what needed to be done. Okay? She didn't say get the fuck out. In fact, they were still there. Stop playing. Press one. Adam selling drugs and Eve bit the apple. Okay. Press one. Okay. Adam sells drugs and murder people and picked up this and your ass is over here. Press one. It ain't just one thing. It's all of it. It's all of it, but you got to be truthful because the OODA loop, see how that sounds? The OODA loop was designed for a situational. Can you think? And most of you can't if not disciplined or given the information or if the environment doesn't fit the mm. So a lot of variables go into these studies that are in fact amended law, which studies can be updated, changed, and all that. It's God's word that never changes. It's the like amended law change all the damn time. That's man's law. Press one. Y'all see the 14th Amendment is around on the TV. Oh, the 14th Amendment. Oh, they're gonna take us. Not the 14th Amendment. Press one. No. What does that mean? That mean, nigga, press one. That means you in trouble. They trying to claim identities. They trying to claim nationalities. They like, hurry up. Claim these other niggas. They not claiming their stuff. You need to hurry up and come. Nope, they already on it. No, we don't want slavery. It is not the worst human thing. We now know what the worst human enact was. Oh, they saying slavery. They putting up pictures of niggas getting on boats with whips. Get on a boat. No, sorry. Get that shit up out of here. Y'all take that shit back to Ghana and talk and sue your own government. I'm sure they got rocks used as money or something because they sold y'all. First one, they sent y'all here and called y'all Pan Americans. Y'all need to pan your ass back to where you come from. You really pan your ass back to where you come from. Did you say Morocco? You just get ready, young man. Hold up, where my camera? Hold on. Would you say Morocco, little nigga? You just I pledge allegiance to the dumbass flag, cause I'm a Moorish Science Temple weirdo, and to the republic for which it stands. I am from the nation of Islam and must return back to where I come from. I am a Moorish. I am Moroccan. I am we from here. We from there. Yeah, well, get your suitcase ready, young man. You just get your fucking suitcase ready. Get your Wakanda outfits. We got them for sale from Amazon.com. Press one. Get your Wakanda outfits ready and get ready to take your black ass back to Africa. Oh man, that racist. Donald Trump. No King's Day parade. You already did. You already did that. Yeah. Unfortunately, this is a republic for which it stands, one nation. Unfortunately, this is a kingdom. Apologize for making y'all. America apologize for making y'all believe you can be citizens of Rome and citizens of America. Just go ahead. Just a bunch of black Aryans and Latinos of Rome, Spaniards, Tartarians, Moroccans. Go ahead, go build up like y'all did in the pictures. Go ahead. This one. Mm, mm. Y'all built it up, right? Y'all built up this stuff, right? Go build it then. Go build it. If we created spoons and forks, what the fuck did you build? If you didn't have a spoon and fork, if you didn't have an ironing board or a fucking chair, when the fuck a photo? Wait, hold up. When does this even make sense? Hit the like button and subscribe. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. It doesn't add up. When the black man in America wakes up and in his right mind, all y'all little stories don't even make sense. None of y'all stories make sense. None of them. None of them. Absolutely none of them. I had to learn these ain't our people. Mm-mm. These is people who try to convince us all type of magical myths and all type of things. Mhm. God told me, yeah, Kev, we was flying around the universe. And one y'all believe made crazy shit. Y'all go on the back of a turtle. Me and God was flying around the universe. He was like, yeah, Kev, these people, they told you a bunch of weird stuff, myths and stuff that exists outside of legal memory. Therefore, you wouldn't press one. That's what woke me up, God. I said, Kev, this is what God said. This how you gonna get them. All of their history exists outside legal memory. I'm like, huh? Like Ice Cube and Friday. Huh? Remember what I told you? All of their history is null and void. Remember this, Simba. Because what? Their history makes no motherfucking sense. It's all illusion. It's all theater. It's all artwork created by computers and shit. Press one, it's in time in memorial. Their history, man, they can say they was riding on the back of dinosaurs. Doesn't matter. That's outside legal memory. And press one. Well, what about the slavery outside of legal memory? Well, what? I don't care about cavemen and one and who threw the first rock. I just care about when order was installed. But what? I don't care about even crimes that happened before and outside the jurisdiction of this order. I don't understand nothing about Arab slavery. I don't give a damn. What that got to do with me? Fight back. Fight the fuck back, nigga. Like we did. Like we doing with law. And fight back. Everybody want a piece of the Negro. Man, we Negroes, man. Hurry up, man. They need the Negroes to pretend to be Indians and Africans and Indians need that so they can be you. Press one. They need you out of order. They need your men out of order. Please, gangbang. Please think low of yourself. Please take the dog test every day. Think low. Did y'all do the research on Brown versus the Board of Education? Oh, they not gonna chat today, fellas. Ooh, they not talking today. They gonna press all ones and emojis with their hand. Press one. I don't know. I don't know you, Tyshawn. You got a bunch of ones and an emoji, and you're not in my class, Tyshawn. Tyshawn, you're not in my motherfucking class. What did you put in all these emojis for? We talking about something serious, Tyshawn. This is not a military drill, Tyshawn. This is not for the fake, Tyshawn. This is not for the you just pop in and out and the fuck you want to, Tyshawn. I'm talking to these people in my chat, and here you come, Tyshawn. What the fuck you want? Get out of our business. Get out of our business. Verse one, get out of our business. We moving now, Tyshawn. We in the act of. We not just YouTube. No, we in the act of. You feel me? I subscribed yesterday, shaking my damn head. I don't give a damn about your subscription yesterday, Buster. That's one. What's up? Who the fuck? Subscribe, nigga. I don't get. What does that do? Hey, Sean, what the fuck does your subscription do for me in my classroom? Nothing. Hey, Sean. Tyshawn. Absolutely nothing. Tyshawn. So, and you Sunshine L, Tyshawn. You got the bullshit knowledge, Tyshawn. I'm on your page right now. Tyshawn, I don't give a damn about you subscribing yesterday. Tyshawn, I'm right here right now. Tyshawn, hit the like button. I'm already on your page, Tyshawn. Exhibit A, family. I just kept him there just to talk long enough. Press what? Tyshawn. You Sunshine L Bay, Tyshawn. Stop trying to convince my classroom that you're not Tyshawn. Hit that like button. See, I don't agree with you, nigga. I don't get along with your teachings. Buster, press one. I don't get along. Tyshawn. Tyshawn, listen, bro. Tyshawn, your teachings is from Satan. Tyshawn, your teachings, your edited video. Let's see. Let's see your edited video. It's you, Buddha. Do you believe in this shit here? Press one. No, you can't get to where we at, sir. Get this shit up out of here. Get this bullshit up out of here. Press one. Hit the like button and subscribe. Damn. Hold up. I was about to bump Nipsey on you, but I ain't gonna do that because you was a buster. Press one. You was a buster. You just trying to fit in. We don't agree with those teachings. Those teachings is of old Abrahamic before the flood phase. Get y'all Anunnaki worshiping asses on. Press one. You got a real human here who understands nothing you say can change nothing in this world, Tyshawn. Nothing. Nothing. Buddha can't change laws here. I'm sorry. He has no jurisdiction. Press one. That's fruit from the other tree. No thanks. Great response, family. This is fruit from the tree of good and evil. Press one. This is that other, this, that from that old serpent, Tyshawn. Press one. This is unconscious behavior, Tyshawn. This is what makes you a lunatic. Read the chat room, Tyshawn. Look at all of the names they're called. Same. Press one. This is from the serpent. Press one. This is different jurisdiction. You got the mind of Satan in your brain. Press one. Thou shalt not have foreign gods against or before or after me, Buster. Press one. Mm-mm. I'm not Asian champion. This is Canaanite stuff. The Phoenician, old people, old Canaanite Phoenician stuff. This is not going to achieve the ultimate wisdom of God's law and getting back in order. This is not it. Sitting there all day, wishful thinking on trees and sitting there in positions is not. That's exactly what the white man want us to do. White man wants you sitting by that tree and that he gonna hang your ass on. Just right there. Don't you move. Just do you feel that 1.3 frequency? You feel that? That's freedom. Press see? That's what they want you daydreaming. Mythical shit you learn from Mickey Mouse and cartoon. Well, no laws ever got changed sitting by no goddamn tree. Wishful thinking, young man. First one ever. Ezekiel Gillespie, if he would have sat by a tree and been in yoga position, your ass wouldn't be able to even vote in this nation. Right now, you better pay attention to me, young man. Without, if George Washington been sitting by a tree, Brother Buddy, nah, nigga, none of y'all gods work. If I twirl around rocks and stones in the middle of nowhere and believe in this stuff, it's not gonna change nothing. That's exactly what the white man wanted to do. Walk around rocks and sit by trees and think that's spirituality and not become who we really are, children of him who developed this system under his guidance and his order and his law. Press one. You can't take none of that. If you go to court and you sit up in court like this right here, talking about give us free, press one, and then you just gonna sit up there and silent protest. Yeah, nothing's gonna happen for you, young man. Press one. I'm trying to teach you something. You think I'm coming against you? I'm really not. You feel me? You get nothing Buddha can teach you, and you gonna still be in slavery. So yeah, you need some refinement, young man. You need to really think about what you're doing. Press one. Mm, mm. All these different mind states and states of consciousness while you don't eat some mushrooms. Mm. You're not getting away with that. It's not easy here, buddy. This is tough. This is tough. This is hard work. I wish I could go sit in the room and buy a tree, press one, buy a little meow cat, and just say, press one and just sit there and hope and wishful think. And you can use all of Christ consciousness. This is who taught y'all Christ consciousness. Y'all Christ consciousness is only about sitting there. That's the problem. Your Christ consciousness ain't finna get past 4 megahertz. Because one, you just gonna sit there and listen to motherfucking sounds of mushrooms and think you elevating subconsciously. And it's not why sit there idle? You can't be idle minded. Why is you sit up there idle? And what's that on your forehead? Press one. This is what you believe in? Big old earlobes and stuff? Press one. No, sir. No. No. This is that dead tree. You see that tree in the background? That's a dead tree. It's dead. And it's going to deliver you. I think the stuff that was on the tree was mushrooms. Because every time they hit that tree, they hit the mushroom belief system. And mushrooms only grow around was dead. You feel me? So if you see mushrooms, it's probably an animal or something worse, but they're dead. That's one, and you take that and you crunch it up and eat it, and you just daydream, and you go into these worlds and alternate universes. These niggas swear they come back with knowledge and wisdom, and usually they just be trolls on the internet talking about just subscribed to you yesterday, shaking my damn head like a buster because that's what they got to produce. Idle-minded busters. First one, I don't want to be an idle-minded buster. When women don't like idle-minded buster. Ladies, 50-50. You can't go 50-50 with an idle-minded buster. You got a buster boyfriend that just sit on his ass all day, wishful thinking, making copper jewelry, think he going somewhere. Come on, it ain't happening. Hit the eyes said it ain't happening. I say, fuck him. And they always emotional. They so feminine. Whereas one they so feminine in their thought process. Oh, I'm leaving. Nobody even blocked these people. They can't even defend what they believe in. They know it's true. Chakras is for the homosexual belief system. You have to be homosexual for the activation to even work. Press one. So you can take your homosexual belief system and your synthetic consciousness in Christ consciousness of fake synthetic awareness and go back to the LGBT community, put the flag on your chain, nigga, and stop pretending to be a man or a woman of God. That's just what it is, y'all, with the world. The world is LGBTQ, okay? Egypt, all the Egyptian gods are gay. All of them. No, you don't believe me. All you got to type in Google right now. All the Egyptian gods are gay. All of them. So if you're an Egyptian, no wonder why you blinking like that. No wonder why the mascara is naturally coming out your eye. No wonder why you ain't got no face. You a belief system. This is the belief system of homosexual death. This is the death. See, the people think that they can come into God's kingdom after. No, there's a whole process of that kingdom. So the person that was just talking, now he ashamed. At first, he was shaking his damn head. No, I'm shaking my damn head. I'm shaking my head that you can even come to my university and portray like this isn't the act of homosexual sexual synthetic religious system because they can't get into the gates of heaven because it says it in the Bible. So because they can't get in, they develop their own form of Christ consciousness. See, I can go there with you, chakra man, but you don't really want to know about chakras. Press one. You just playing. Press one. Well, go ahead then with your bad self. And if you don't lead your woman to a homosexual belief system, something wrong with you. She needs to be baptized. That your woman led your woman there. Press one. Or even worse, she led your dumb ass there. Press one. No, you got to take the chakra test magic. You got to do this one. You got to do like this one. Ooh, and then they call that one freak nasty. Uh oh. Uh Now you caught the puck up, hanging around, not focused on the logs. Get your ass out my classroom, boy. You're not a student here. I know all my students. They always think of subscription. I don't get paid off of YouTube. No, I do this as a courtesy now. Now I got my company. All of this is being put into my stuff. I'm gonna call it my stuff. This is all courtesy to the people who've been supporting over the years. Yeah, I don't need your subscription. That don't do nothing for me. No, no, no. What does for something for me is if your brain is in one of these mystery school systems. I'm trying to free the people. I'm trying to free the people from. So you just went into the wrong class, man. The retransformation center is down the hall to the left. You will see it. Cleansing. See it. KevRow. You just go down that way. And you work your way back up the levels, then you get here. Press one, you be all fresh in the mind, ready to go. Press one, you don't got no understanding, young man. You are a young man of the world, bringing these Buddhist analogy and all of these different things in here, knowing Mr. Gillespie ain't going. That's the problem. That's the problem. They be trying to fit in, trying to change their names and try to slither their way in the background laughing and sending emojis laughing. But you know, the truth is, you's a spiritual buster. First one, sweetie, sweetie, brother, you's a spiritual buster. And when you a spiritual buster, you ain't got no morality. You'll do anything in the world for $1. If you ain't got no hoe, you'll sell yourself. Press what? That mentality is. They turn into just mystics, pimps of their own ass, brother. And then they come in trolling and then wonder why. Because we ain't blocking you. We gonna give you the airspace to breathe. I want you to call your little LGBTQ community religious system into play. Press one. All ladies, if you got a black man and he believes in the LGBTQ synthetic, don't be in the world saying black man is gay. Your man is gay because you involved in some LGBTYP community spiritual belief. You and him. Press one. So stop getting up here talking about all of us. You lead him into opening his Christ consciousness. Next thing you know, that nigga Adam's apple is gonna be on that nigga's forehead. This one, uh, come back, Danielson. I am Kevin Fakusaki. Grandmaster, my great grandfather. This one. Ah, hit the like button. And they be trying to convince us we the serpent. We the Nagas. We the Nagas. No, nigga, Nipsey and them niggas is the Nagas. You niggas is the Naga serpent race. Y'all the Nagas. Go say it. Say it, Buster. While we talking about reptilians. Just say it. Oh yeah, you ain't heard not a Naga, not a Naga. Then ain't no more Naga. Where did this go? That's why we're black. Because we are from a different place. And we're niggas. Nigga, where the reptilians at? Where y'all go? Press one. Where y'all go, busters? Spiritual busters in decline. Press one. We non-affiliates. Press one. So we just been sitting back watching on Earth, just like I ain't fucking with that. No, that don't feel right. For some reason, I'm gonna just stay with this Bible. Then the whole world is like, fuck your Bible. Fuck that white man that's in there. Why must you love him? Why? They come against you when you just like, damn, nigga, I'm just reading. This one, damn. This one, fuck the Bible. Ah. They get mad. If you got God in your life, they mad in the mud. They want you to worship Nagasaki's. The Nagas. Where are the Nagas? Hashtag NAGA. It was like, we the Naga kings of the earth. Yeah, okay. Okay. Y'all better stop sleeping with them serpents. Press one. Y'all better stop sleeping with them Nagas. Them Naga serpent. Press one. Y'all better stop sleeping with them. Y'all don't have reptilian babies already. Y'all didn't even know. Your baby was born with a red cap and a fez on and a sword. You got a Naga baby. El Bay, Rashad, all them Philly niggas is Nagas. You know them niggas Nagas. Them is Nagas. Come to Cali, these is the former sovereigns. You make your way back west, starting with like, let's say St. Louis all the way across. I'm talking about the whole South. Even this all us. But them Nagas, them not us. There's the difference. Them Nagas, they real dirty. They look like snakes and they always trying to hypnotize you. They are the children of the Hindus. The Hindus is the big snake. The little snakes is these little Nagas. You get it? These the little serpents that is spoken about when Jesus heals the world of the Naga serpent venom. The venom is that of the tree. Don't you get it? You got it. You see how I flipped that into look, I got him. Press one, boom, 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 boom. So when when Jesus raises himself on the pole, when he's raised by the Roman army, that's the cue for he's the healing brazen serpent. You got me? You follow me? The same serpent that was sent that Moses was told to make with his hands and told him to be raised up to be the healing of the people. The Nagas spew the serpent. That's what the Bible is telling you. The Nagas is the serpent belief system. They spew the poison that the people was infected by. That's why Jesus come. Press one. So the Nagas is just that. The Nagas spew the chakras, right? Them the Nagas. Them the Nagas, y'all. So when they spew that, and then what? Boom. So yeah, they are serpents. And their doctrine, and they're Canaanites. Press one. I said they're Canaanites, Phoenicians, Pharisees, Romans. Hit that like button and subscribe. Yes, sir. Naga equals snake. Yeah. So so that's all that's being talked about right here. They can't mess with Kev. We loaded with information ready to go. They just playing. They the serpent race. Reptilians. They turn to a snake if you watch Among them because they practice that shit. They practice that old Hindu. When you take part in that, they believe in rats and snakes. Press one. Rodents, snakes, them the serpent race. You've been sleeping with the Anunnaki. The Aryans is the serpent race. Hello? Now we get into the truth. Huh? Huh? I said the Aryans, black and white, is the serpent race. Ain't no denying, Kev. Them the serpent. Yeah, that's the serpent race. Them people don't. They teach everything of Satan. Yep. The Kundalini, the all of it. Hit the like button and subscribe. Ain't you messing with Kev? Kev is the man. Remember this video I did? Look, that old serpent, that's them. That's their teaching. Krishnu. Press one. Polka can. KKK. The moon goddess, the star, all of this. That old serpent. I wrote about it. Remember? You talk about that old serpent in Revelation? This is an old religious construct. They don't want us to know because that's why your system, the democratic system, operates off of a caste system. That's the serpent system. The pyramid, the Illuminati at the top, that's the Satan. That's Satan. It's the whole core. And where did that leave them? Look at them. Look at their country. They was once rich and running around. Look at their country. They didn't have nothing. Press one. That's where it leaves them. Hit the lock of look, the clock of destiny. What about the clock of destiny? What about it? Hit the like button and subscribe. Is that theirs? The clock of destiny. Pyro. What is this? Oh, astrology is the clock of destiny. Astrology is the clock of destiny. Press one. They believe in astrology. Look at this shit here. See? See? Yeah. Yeah. And that's what they stuck in. The moon, the stars, and all, and they're navigating the seas like they would the heavens, in a sense. Hold up. Shiva said, that's Islam. See? Hold on. Send that to me right now. See? All y'all Islamists, thank you. Everybody Islamists, but me, my moderators, in my class. Y'all been worshiping sin. The whole America is a Moorish nation. The whole government contract is a Moorish system. It is Roman. It is Islam. All is one. Kevin motherfucking Gillespie. Verse one. The word is law. Look, all of them. All of them. Nah, out of many, one. Look, they can't even refute. Man, buck up. Kev doing lectures now. Yeah, Kev do lectures now. Yeah, we don't want to believe in astrology. We don't want Islam. No, you cannot you cannot say you don't want Islam when you ask it, what's your horoscope? Don't ask me a motherfucking thing. Your black ass. That's hard talk. Hell no. Woman better not ask me what the fuck my shit is. I'm a law enforcement officer. That's what? Word is law. Huh? That. That. I want to hear nothing about it. That's the first thing they want to ask. You believe in Islamic practice? Press one. You believe in any of this stuff? Press one. All the women thinking they worshiping the occult is really Islam. Press one. It's really Islam. Hit the like. It's really Islam. Y'all worshiping sin to Satan. Look, talking about John 16. That's how I cornered his ass in jail. Press one. Remember I told y'all about how old boy turned into a serpent? Why? Because I know what John 16 is. Wrong way, champion. I'm the wrong one. I'm the wrong one. Just John 16 is Islam? Is what? Muhammad? Who is you standing before me, devil? Muhammad is what? Get out of here. Bible ain't mentioned Muhammad or nothing, and you not finna reference John 16. I own it. Me. Want to hear nothing about no Muhammad? Don't ask who John 16 is. That's me. Don't ask. It's not Muhammad. It's not Islamic. It's me right here on YouTube, in the flesh, talking in the real voice. Stones and statues don't talk. John 16 said he coming and just proved the whole world of sin. That's what I did. That's because I just did it right now. Because oil is Islamic. That's reproving this whole world of sin. See, Jesus spoke of me already. You just playing around and thought you can sexually arouse me or amuse me with deceptive practice. No, 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 no. This is what I do here. I wake the world up to reality. Yeah, that's the Satan. Islam is Satan. But also so is Catholicism. But also so is Buddhism. But also all of incorporated false senses of synthetic religious structures is Satan. All is one astrological order made to put Satan above to be like him. For us to worship stones in the Vatican made of gods of Jupiter, Mars. Press one. They don't name these gods after Disney characters. Press one. Religion itself, Royal Purple, is sin. Hit the like button and subscribe. So all these people are sinners. Captain Tazariak, Nation of Islam, nigga Buddhists, Moors, all of them, Catholics, all of them, all of them. All of them get paid by Rome to keep the money in the tax subsidy and all that. Press one, all of them. They wouldn't exist. They wouldn't even exist. So yeah, yeah. And can they combat this? No, can't combat this because look, astrology is the clock of destiny. They can't even run from that. Wow. Wow. And ain't India the wheel? Ain't they flag the wheel? Didn't I call they flags sigils? Didn't I call all these people flag sigils? Mm-hmm. KevRow. Huh? All of them. That boy Kev is cold. Oh, oh. So, yeah. Oh, you guys are really in for it today, buddy. Oh, yeah. Somebody's been doing their research. Because guess what? All of y'all are sinner Shriners. Cut off. Press one. You motherfuckers is cut the fuck off and afraid that we gonna wake up in time. Your ass is cut off. Let me bring this up. Don't just press one. Go get the evidence. Go get the goddamn evidence. It's wartime. Press one. It's wartime. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go get it. Let's see who paying attention in school. Let's see. Damn that. We is wartime. Nigga, not just on YouTube, in your real life. What the fuck is going on? This is what I'm talking about. Real research. Real research. I gotta get to work. I gotta get to work. Mm-mm. There's a war going on. Huh? There's a war going on. Mm-mm-mm. So if y'all clock of destiny, so y'all playing. See? 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 Islam. What is this? The following are five symbols of the 12 signs in which represent the universal law and constitution of which civilization is. The 12 signs of the what? The Moorish Islamic order of Islam. Come on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. If you ever stop to think that the Pope and during the Catholic Church are master astrologers. Look, Moors are Catholics. Moors are under the church. And the Moors are, hold on. See? See? Uh-oh. That boy Kev cold. Then that will make, oh my goodness. That will make you guys the original KKK. Because in Spain, Rome, that's the dressing. You guys are Romans. Look at that sign. Bro, 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 bro. See? 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 No. No, 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 no. I get it now. Y'all are Masons, builders of Satan's empire. I'm Kevin Gillespie. Press one. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Y'all are the iniquity. Oh my goodness. This is beautiful because it just goes to show you that you were told and you were showed this is sin itself. This is the order of Lucifer. That's why they do Luciferian belief system. You're just like, oh, it's the Illuminati. No, no, no. That's their shit. That's your whole thing. It's all of y'all. Y'all religion, race, is an Illuminati, uh, uh, Roman corporate order. Mm-hmm. So is. So Islam. So y'all are one. Y'all are Nazis as well. That's why Rockwell was funding the Nation of Islam because they're all one. Oh my goodness. Can't even trust you. Press one. You're like barred from heaven. Like if the Bible wrote about you and it didn't happen 2000, the pyramid is the great seal, the emblem of the Moorish. What? They don't say nothing. Nation. So that really was. They really are part of the same shit. The porters. Remember I did I think we found Farrakhan as a as US intelligence? The fuck was that? The clock of destiny civilization. The star and crescent. Civilization. civil is at ion. Roman civil law. We are niggas, the monkeys, the black hand of black control. We are COINTELPRO. We the we team. We all of this shit. We just full of sin. And we hate Mr. Gillespie. We are Islam. We represent the whole house, the whole order of deception against the freedmen, God's people. We've been put Malcolm X, Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Nation, what's his name? Yeah, him. All of these teachings go back to India. The whole white league, Bocat Smith is them. The whole Masons, all of them is in the order of your mama was a Eastern Star. Guess what? Your daddy was a what? A Mason. Guess what? Time for new life. Guess what? That's why you was put in so much trauma as children because your mamas and daddies is probably military, ex-military. Press one. Yeah. Psychologists or some form of something. Hit the like button and subscribe. Nevertheless, we are here. We are here. So they need you in the OODA loop. You see? They need you in accelerated Navy style because Navy ships is where the planes would take off from. Remember? So we've been under mental Navy warfare this whole time. Stuck in a mental ad you know it's the Navy because it's the mental laws of the water. You think these amended laws of the water can be corrected, and they can. You just have to know that this is a military order over you, holding you hostage, making you come out with these decisions that's not yours, and you think the Illuminati because you believe in the sigils and the symbols, and they said the Illuminati. No, Sanet is a part of this. The whole black conscious movement is of this order, whether they Israelites, Masons, Moors, the whole black conscious community are sinners. That's why they don't like me. That's why they came against me that hard. The whole community sent they little fake ass trolling ass niggas out. Look, the whole community. That's why it's destroyed. Because that them teachings do this to our people. The people are destroyed because the teachers teach them poisonous things and they act out. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And Dr. York was a part of this, right? So imagine the horrific things. You talking about Epstein. You better worry about the black people. Epstein, you playing. See, you want to play. You play too much. You better worry about them black people who doing this shit to these kids, who compartmentalizing their minds, come out here thinking it's reptilians and space aliens and all this other shit. You better get their minds right. Damn, now I see that these teachings have affected you. That's why motherfucker quiet in the motherfucker. These teachings right here. They don't OODA loop your brain. Don't worry. Mr. Gillespie is here. until the end of time, until the end of Moorish control, until the end of Roman occupancy, until the end of time. And I guess it'll always be the same. We'll be caught up in this until the end of time, until the end, bro. Hit the like button and subscribe. Mm-hmm. Yup. A third, 33rd, and a 360-degree free Moorish master of Master Mason and the Pope. The Catholics are master astrologers. Press one. So they are their masters by way of mastering the universe. And the Moors know it. The Moors is saying we are beneath you. Press one. You guys are, Rome is the master. Hit the like, and we believe in this. Wow. 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 The psychology of demons, the religion of demonology, and putting the stars who fell from heaven above us, above Adam, as if they're gods of the universe. And Pluto is a real god in this one, and Mars and this one, and this astrology and this one, and this teachings of the devil, Saturn, Satan, Saturnalia. That's what you're dealing with. Saturnalians. Press one. Phoenicians. And they are all antichrist. All of them are antichrist. They're anti the coming of the Son of Man. They was against the Son of God. They're against the Son of Man. They're against everything. Well said. The system of the antichrist. That's what we're dealing with here. The system of the beast. The beast system. Say it with me. The beast system. Brother, say it with me. The beast system got this nigga up here doing this. Brother, the beast system, champion. You know what the beast system is? No. The beast system is the system that must be destroyed with your dumb ass. Press one. See, when you the beast system, you waiting for the destruction of that old serpent, the dragon. Press one. It's his system. The whole Moorish Roman world of Islam. Press one. The Taria, Catholicism, the papacy, Buddha, all of them is one. Hit the like button and subscribe. This is the B system that must be exposed and brought down by the light of the spirit of truth. That's the mission. It's the fucking mission. Not to sit and babysit and wonder if you got it right. No, the Moors got it right. No, no, no. They're right now. They're on. They're live. All of them. The whole B system is up there. Press one. The whole thing. The whole thing. Bocas said, let it fall. Let it all fall, sir. I just want to wake those up and let them bear witness to what they've been witnessing and are seeing today on TV and tomorrow on TV. I just hope you understand it's all for something. God is good all the time, even in the face of death, even in the face of trolls here. Trolls will sit their ass right at the KevRow University and believe in Buddha. They will sit there and pretend they life away. I don't got the luxury of that. I can't pretend. I got to keep fighting. But Leviathan, y'all want to know Leviathan? the great dragon and stuff. Here we are. Here we are. And the only thing you got to do is to come alive and speak and make it and comprehend. Oh, you playing. Oh no, you an Islamic person. Islam got your head. Lamb got your head in ham. Lamb got your head in lamb. I can't sit around. See, I know it's a responsibility that come with fighting Satan and its minions and the dragon and the end of days and the last days and things of that nature. Hell, I want to be a part of that. Here, give me my armor. I need that fade. But I'm not a gangbanger. I don't want that fade. I want this one. I want this one, this righteous fade. Press one, where you gotta become a sound minded living person to be able to combat the devil. Put on the whole armor of God. Why? 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 Hmm. 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 So the whole beast system is Moorish. The whole America corporate beast system is an adopted Phoenician, Canaanite, in the water beast system that's spoken about in the Bible in Revelation 7. I believe that was. I believe that's Revelation 7. Not sure. Not. I'm not. Let me go to it. Let me go to it because I like to fight on all fronts. Uh, Revelation 7. Press one. 144,000 people sealed. After this, I saw four angels standing at the four corners of the earth, holding back the four winds of the earth to prevent any wind from blowing on the land or on the sea or on any tree. Then I saw another angel coming up from the east, having the seal of the living God. He called out in a loud voice to the four what? To the four angels. Hmm who had been given power to harm the land and the sea. Do not harm the land or the sea or the trees until we put the seal on their foreheads of the servants of our God. We're gonna seal them on their forehead. They're gonna have a mark or seal on their forehead. That's the front. That where you said your pineal gland was. That's not the mark they're gonna have on their forehead. It said right here. Those ones right there are the servants of our God. That's what the angel said. Then I heard the number of those who were sealed 144,000 from all the tribes of Israel. Not Islam. After this, after those tribes of 144,000, after this I looked, and there before me was a great multitude that no one could count from every nation, every tribe, people, and language standing before the throne and before the Lamb. They was all wearing white robes and holding palm branches in their hands. And they cried out in a loud voice, Salvation belongs to our God who sits on the throne and to the Lamb. Press one. All the angels were standing around the throne and around the elders and the four living creatures. They fell down on their faces before the throne and worshiped God, saying, Amen. Praise and glory and wisdom and thanks and honor and power and strength be to our God forever and ever. Amen. The one and one of those elders asked me, These in the white robes, who are they? And where did they come from? I answered, Sir, you know, he said. They are these these are the many who have come out of the great tribulation. They have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore, there they are before the throne of God and serve him day in and day out in his temple. And he who sits on the throne will shelter them with his presence. Never again will they hunger. Never again will they thirst. The sun will not beat down on them, nor any scorching heat. For the Lamb at the center of the throne will be their shepherd. He will lead them to springs of living water, and God will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Verse 1. Trauma healed. Boy, my God ain't no liar. I know that. Every tear. They won't have no more trauma. They'll be singing, no more drama in my life. No more in my. Who sing that? Mary J. Blige. All in my brain right now. No more drama in my life. I truly believe people are blessed by God to sing the songs that they sing. I believe that. Like, what the heck? That's a trauma relieving pressure right there. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is all in Revelation. So I let people laugh. I let people tell because they laugh because they don't really understand their kingdom. But I don't need them to understand what I'm talking about. They need to understand why they're suffering and they're going through what they're going through. I let them laugh. I don't care. Them laughing doesn't stop their enslavement, their bondage. It don't stop them bills from coming. It don't stop their sons from dying in them street. And let them laugh. I don't care. So what? What that mean? They're only laughing at themselves. They're not laughing at what's written in the Word of God. Nope. They're not laughing at that. They're laughing at their damn self because they're just like I talked about in the beginning of the show. They're narcissists, just like their parents were narcissists towards them. They have no knowledge of any spiritual system. It's all synthetic forms of old Abrahamic regurgitated nonsense. All Abrahamic faiths is sin, is Satan's. All of it. God is coming back to destroy, huh? God's son, the spirit of truth, is come back to destroy Islam, Christianity, Catholicism, Buddhism with fire, with teaching. It's gonna come out his mouth like the dragon does. It's gonna come out his mouth and scorch your shit. You know what scorch mean? You're not gonna be able to say nothing. You just gonna sit there and shut the fuck up. You're not gonna say nothing. Then I got your whole spiritual belief system right here on the fucking ground. Ain't nothing you can do about it. The whole psychological motherfucker trauma center right there in the Islamic confusion, the Catholic confusion, the false healing of Christianity confusion. Press one is confusion. Babylonian nonsense. There is but one healing mechanism, and that's truth. You can wishful think all you want to. Satan taught you how to wishful think. When you wish upon a star, make no fucking difference who you are. Anything your little pedophile heart desire will come to you. Hey, you just entered Epstein emails. Where you going? Well, why you going fucking Disneyland? How where you going? Press one. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Oh, boo, boo, you too. Boo, you too. Dark comedy now, motherfucker. Boo, you. Boo, 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 you. Boo, you, nigga. Press one. I'm gonna be a part of y'all little club. What Masonic club I want to be a part of? None of them. What fraternal order Kev come from? I was just born on earth. born in sin, had no idea what the fuck was going on. And then when I finally woke up, when God saved me, here I am. You press one. Yeah, you roses do grow from concrete. And hit the like button and subscribe. And if I'm there, I wonder how many more other people, soldiers of God, soldiers for truth. Press one. They can't fuck with Kev. You got to be a non-affiliate. They can't fuck with Kev. No, you can't fuck with the truth. They can just sit back and say, emoji, 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 ha ha ha. Kev, man. It's too late in the game. We're in the middle of a war to care about your feelings like that. Mm-mm. Come to KevRow Trauma Center, and I'll be able to help you out. Press one. I'll be able to help you out. Unfortunately, right now ain't the time for crying. And come on, man, why you doing all that? And we ain't supposed to do nothing. God sent me to beat you the fuck up with this truth. I don't want to hear about nothing. I don't want to hear about we friends, we all brothers. No, we not. Y'all are brothers of Cain. Cain was y'all sons of Cain. Cain was a brother to Abel. So what? You my damn brother. So what? That don't be shit to Canaanites. Verse 1, you trying to play philosophical Phoenician belief. MK Ultra. I don't give a fuck about them feelings like that. No, I'm about my bread. I'm about my business, player. It better add up with them words finna come out your mouth. They better add up. Nigga, that's how I get down. That's one. You see why D-Jack and them had to run from me? Nigga, I'm just, hey, with them words that you was saying yesterday, yeah, make them make sense today. Today is where they take effect. Today. Press one. Yeah, ain't no on and on and on and on. Life keep fucking me till the early morning. Ain't none of that here. No, I let that shit go with the rest of the buster activity. Yeah, I let that shit go. That's buster activity. Waiting and all that. Hold up. No, you got it. Go get them. Go get them. You got it. We got the truth here, right? All right. Nobody can combat the truth. They don't even exist no more. They don't even exist. You believe that? Canaanites, Islam, Catholicism, all Aryan brotherhood, all Nazis. Kev is proving it day in and day out, day in and day out. The Aryan brotherhood, Nazis, black Germans, genocide, they all took part. Theater of war, they lying. And now we got their lying ass spiritual system right here. Hit the like button. Now we got their lying ass spiritual system right here all combined. Now this is a real class. Hit the like button and subscribe. Taj Payton, thank you for that $5 contribution to this program. Yeah, you got to put on the whole armor to combat this. A real sound mind, a sound heart, a patient. Wait on God, because the devil don't got forever. God does. The devil is appointed a certain amount of time. He got to hurry this shit up. Press one. I said he got to hurry this shit up. Shout out to Amanda with that contribution to this program. The devil got to hurry this shit up. Come on, y'all. They thinking life is speeding up and what is all this? Nigga, hurry this shit up, man. It ain't working. But they got his appointed time. God take his damn time, right? And we be getting mad, but the devil get mad too. Press one. He on a limited time. Soon as you begin to develop a sound mind, the control of sin stops. But as soon as you rectify the law of God and recognize the republic for which it stands, then the kingdom of God will reflect that. But unfortunately, the people are poisoned, playing too much. Press one. The people play too much. They thinking they got the patience of God, like they use God's patience not as grace, as time to keep playing. They call that grace. They don't see the grace as God, you testing him. They don't see that. They just sit there. They don't care neither. And that's why the world is in this position. Because it doesn't care about the official rules. Kev does. And you should too. Coffee and Kush TV, KevRow. Shout out to y'all who contributed to this program. Love y'all. Got a lot of work to do, a lot of reading to take hold of. Unfortunately, can't deliver that here. Can't deliver that at this time, but yeah, got a lot of lecturing to do. Shout out to the supporters. Like I said, I couldn't do this without y'all. Also, if you are not on my other page, be there. That's my new channel. I'm over there today. I think I start at 3 o'clock. Um, yeah, my class. I got all month. I got I got all month. Trust me, a lot of information, but without understanding where we coming from, um, the people will be lost. You know what I'm saying? So I do got to take my time, have these basic, ordinary conversations for those people who are new here. Like, what's his name? What's the other guy name who never came back? The runner, the track star. Yeah, that's what's up. Follow me over there. I just put my YouTube page link up. Shout out to the people who contribute to this truth here at KevRow University. Remember, this truth depends on you, the student. Shout out to Ali Ware with that contribution to this program. Remember, this truth depends on you. Remember that. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see where I'm at in my book. Hold on. Let me see how far we got. Because if you need help with that, the information, just go back and watch um my past few shows. No, not the one on the busters in the community with no self-confidence or nothing. I'm talking about the live streams we doing where we teaching not just non-compos mentis, but the law itself. The word is law, because I do have a lot of 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 product over there when it comes to understanding knowledge and wisdom. You should be able to you should have been taking notes. That's what you should be doing. Taking notes, coming up with especially with the Brown versus the Board of Education. Yeah, you should. I ain't gonna lie. You should be on that so tough because that's the glitch in the matrix. Huh? That's the glitch in the matrix. The glitch in the matrix sitting right there in our faces. No, it ain't Kev, it's the glitch. No, 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 no. I'm not the anomaly. The anomaly sitting right there. Rest one, not me. Stop studying me and study the goddamn curriculum. I'm John 16. I'm the spirit of truth. Rest one, I'm just gonna give you the truth. Hey, but the glitch in the matrix, that's not me. I'm super kid. I'm the big one. Press one. No, this is just case law. This is how you study. You gotta study right here. That's the case. I'm something else. I'm not the glitch in the matrix, young lady. I'm something else. Don't get caught up in the thinking you know the glitch. The glitch, I'm trying to tell you with my words. The glitch in the matrix is sitting right here. Brown versus the board. The Clark family. The Clarks broke it wide open. Self hate, self doubt, all of these things will keep these people under the spell of our Islamist order, white supremacy. If they don't experience these things, they'll be well equipped to be monkeys. We'll have them right where we want them. They don't want to implement that. That will mean they won't be beneath us. We need them ignorant, dumb, And then we need to test them to reaffirm that they're stupid and they're below and they're nothing. See, but Mr. Gillespie came and didn't take one of these stupid tests. Fuck them tests. And I still prove I make more money than they ass who will go work at the goddamn school teach you stupid shit. If it was about money or status or any of these things, they lied, nigga. They fucking lied. Okay. How the fuck I make it through and gain more revenue teaching? Press one. And I know all this. They lied. That's why. Them little tests don't mean that you stupid or nothing. All of that shit is a game to make you feel and be less than. That's why your GPA is always gonna be less than. It don't matter what you want it to be. You're gonna always fight hard for that harder GPA. I've seen good people do it, bro. They still graduated, but was so depressed that the GPA didn't. And here I am looking from behind the bleachers like, damn, all y'all going places. They mad at GPA. Guess what? Our traumas is different. You be mad that you even got a goddamn GPA. The way they look over you, imagine a motherfucker that don't got no GPA. Imagine them. You know? So be grateful for what you got. Don't let this system pull at y'all brains and emotional and psychological to where you neglect the blessing that you truly got. You dedicated your time to something learned, and you can go into that field head on high, go into your own practice or whatever it is that you do. But my point is, they always find a way. That stigmata of not enough is always there. From the people who succeed and the people who never get a chance to, that stigmata is the goddamn problem. Because everybody needs the correct love and attention to be able to succeed under the what they call it variables of their community. You know, so redlining the community, that was a part of the psychological process to keep you down. They created the culture, invested in it, had on it, developed technologies around it that you gonna fuck up, that you gonna make a mistake in this culture right here. Right there. You gonna make a mistake. And when you do, you're going, buddy. Oh, you're growing. Now imagine you live in that world where the conditions is made for you to go. Nobody on the outside really understand the dynamics. See, they on the YouTube playing, trying to get an idea. You know, making a little $5,000, $4,000 check off of YouTube, off of being in everybody's business, all in Universe 25, making a spectacle of the deaths or the this, and they constantly say, well, we got to stop. Shut your bitch ass up. You ain't got to stop doing nothing in the comfort of your home. Uber Eat, bitch. Way in the middle of nowhere. Our press one, ain't no we, because you ain't there, nigga. You got hugs and love from your family, punk. I'm being a coward. Imagine like you ain't got no damn understanding. You don't. You don't know the psychology that was used in the inner city to keep them there. You shut the fuck up. You just a failed football player at your local discipline or a failed basketball player. Press one. Until you realize the NBA only hired 300 people. Even bothering people. Why did they commit this crime? Or what if those conditions was already set? Oh, what you mean? Well, what you mean? They. No, no, now it's they. When you watching from afar, we. See? You see niggas like this? That's me, Kev. That's why I don't even play. I'm the smart nigga mob. You feel me? See, niggas like this don't deserve to breathe. But just shit like this. Ready to condemn his brother with no understanding. Man, that shows poor judgment. You hold him to the same judgment in his own life. You'll find all type of shit in his closet. All up under the bed. Nieces, nephews come out and say, we not going to him house, but he got all this to say about the prep line. See? Judge them by the same measure, we're gonna have a fucking problem. They love to judge, but not don't use that measure on them. We're gonna judge righteously. Be prepared for when a nigga be ready to judge my information. I'm ready right now. Bring your little ass on and judge it. Come on, punk. Come on, Cletus. What? Because I know my foundation is solid. You can't fuck with me here. Right? If I taught you all the karate moves, I'm still Mr. Fukusaki, nigga. Yeah, you better be prepared for the shit you don't see, brother. I ain't told you yet, young man. First one, you gotta get them like that sometime. Yeah, young punks get big headed, start taking your style and start mimicking you. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. It's cool, young player. You want to do that? I'm a good man. You want to mimic that? But don't you get this shit fucked up? Trust what? Don't you? I always said I'm gonna make a good old man in the hood. Don't you get this shit fucked up, young man. Press one. Old people, you can get mad at them and still be like, hey, Miss Johnson be tripping. That's Mr. Gillespie, he be tripping. But he be right, though. We gotta get our shit together, cuz. It's one, that's the effect you gotta have. Don't be like one of these busters who sit on the outside judging your own people just to get a $4,000 YouTube check every 21st to 23rd on YouTube and get McDonald's commercial. Press one. What are you saying to orient the mind to get them back disciplined? Press one. What are you saying? I'm changing lives. You think ODM Slim don't watch this? His brain is just growing. Press one. I'm watching all the little nigga YouTubes from the West Coast. They got all type of advice now. Y'all see them? Oh man, y'all gotta stop, bro. Hey, look, check this game though. What? I don't change these niggas. You motherfucker positive. And Hefe can't even speak properly. That nigga be all positive and shit, saying words he don't even know the meaning to. I love this shit. That's why I love niggas and the constituents of my community. Boy, we gonna buy Aunt Hefe a dictionary. Lord have mercy. But I'm saying no, don't be so hard on your people. I'm hard in my classroom. I don't be hard on people. Mm-mm. I do this in my classroom because this where we at. We need that. You know what I'm saying? We need that because it's so much ignorance on the YouTube up. Brown versus the Board of Education, separate but equal denied life, liberty in the pursuit of happiness under the 14th Amendment to African Americans. Now B from Texas. Now, I want the class to look at what B just said. Brown versus the Board of Education, separate but not equal, denied life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness under the 14th Amendment to African Americans, aka black people, men and women in America. Now, y'all see that? Now, we talking about the 14th Amendment. They talking about no kings, black people shouldn't get reparations, and all this other stuff. You see why? The 14th Amendment citizen is only for African Americans. We were denied life, liberty, and the pursuit of. Trump knows that. I told him. They all in my class, y'all. Y'all tripping. Y'all tripping. We are denied life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. No other nation is about to charge the United States government with that ever. Nobody's been able to prove psychologically, legally, that we've been denied life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Nobody. And the rest of them are all Islamists. They don't know. They Moors. They don't know. They born into a system where they think that American flag and their Moroccan flag is all that there is or something. I don't know. I'm not there to find that out. That's for them. You got to wiggle out their matrix, young player. Press one. All right. The mooring system. Exactly. Y'all remember the mooring system? We brought this up on the page numerous of times. Information taken for granted. Don't take this information for granted. We talked about the Hope Diamond, the mooring system. We talked about this and how they tethered themselves to us. Press one. I see the people right now. This is how I know who paying attention. The body. Look at this. It's good work. It's good work. Remember we talked about the Hope Diamond? The Hope Diamond is the hope that your ass stay submerged. That they can tether themselves to you, to him, while being submerged to keep you submerged. See, the whole system is tied to him, the Hope Diamond. They are tethered to it. You're the jewel held in the Hope Diamond. You're the jewel in the Hope Diamond, per se. They tethered themselves to the Hope Diamond. The Hope Diamond is tethered to the nation. Right? So as long as they keep the Hope Diamond submerged, they can stay tethered. Who is they? Canaanites, Phoenicians, corporations, Leviathan, Rome, Moors, pirates, all of the above, traffickers, submerged in what? George? Canaan law, aka maritime law. These are the people in the many waters. These are the people who make up the ocean of the great beast. The people are multitudes of water. Ain't that what the Bible said? Huh? You don't know because you don't read, you don't study. Huh? Where's that at? The Revelation 17. 17. Let's go with just 17. Babylon, the prostitute on the beast. What? 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 One of the seven angels. Hold on. Hold on. One of the. Can we read? Can we read though? See, this ain't no other book got this. This is a never ending story. This Mr. Gillespie's never ending story. Watch this. One of the seven angels who had seven bowls came and said to me, "Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters." Watch this one. Watch, catch this game though. Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute who sits by many waters. With her, the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries. Then the angel carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness. I know that's real because I was carried away in the spirit as well. Then I saw a woman sitting on a scarlet beast, and with that was covered with blasphemous names, and had seven heads and 10 horns. The woman dressed in purple and scarlet, and was glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls. She held a golden cup in her hand, filled with abominable things and the filth of her adulteries. The name written on her head was Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes and the abominations of the earth. I saw that woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus Christ. When I saw her, I was greatly astonished. Then remember, this is a vision. Then the angel said to me, "Why are you astonished? I will explain to you the mystery of the woman and the beast she rides on, which has seven heads and 10 horns. The beast which you saw once was, now is not, and yet to come up out of the abyss and go into destruction. The inhabitants of the earth whose names have not been written in the book of life from the creation of the world will be astonished when they see the beast, because it once was, now was not, and yet will come. This calls for a mind with wisdom. The seven heads are seven hills, which the woman sits on. There are also seven kings. Five have fallen, one is, and the other one is not yet to come. But when he does, he must remain only for a little while. The beast, who once was and now is not, is the eighth king. He belongs to the seven and is going into destruction. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom, but who for 1 hour will receive authority as kings along with the beast. Ooh, ooh. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. They will wage war against the Lamb, but the Lamb will triumph over them because he is Lord of Lords and King of Kings. And with him will be, huh, his called, chosen, and faithful followers. Then the angel said to me, "The waters you saw where the prostitute sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and languages." The water you saw, all that water that the beast sat on, that the women sit on with the seven hills, the water, that those are people, multitudes, languages, nations. They all sit. That's the water. They represent the water. I told you. This beast and the 10 horns you saw will hate the prostitute. Verse 1. They will bring her to ruin and leave her naked, and will eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For God has put it into their hearts to accomplish his purpose by agreeing to hand over the beast to their royal authority until God's words are fulfilled. The woman you saw is the great city that rules over the kings of the earth. Man. After this, I saw another angel coming out down from heaven. He had great authority, and the earth was illuminated by his splendor. With a mighty voice, he shouted, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become a dwelling for demons and a haunt of every impure spirit, a haunt for every unclean bird, a haunt for every unclean and distastable animal. For all the nations have drunk the maddening wine of her adulteries. The kings of the earth committed adultery with her, and the merchants of the earth grew rich from her excessive luxuries." Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Come out of her, my people, so that you will not share in her sins, so that you will not receive any of her plagues, for her sins are piled all the way to heaven, and God has remembered her crimes. Give back to her as she has given. Pay her back double for what she has done. Pour her a double portion from her own cup. Give her as much torment and grief as the glory and luxury she gave herself. In her heart she boasts, I sit enthroned as queen. I am not a widow. I will never mourn. Therefore, in one day, her plagues will overtake her: death, mourning, famine. She will be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Lord God who judges her. Verse 1. When the kings of the earth who committed adultery with her and shared her luxury, verse 1, see her smoke of her burning, they will weep and mourn over her. Ooh. They will be terrified at her torment. They will stand far off and cry like little babies. Woe, woe to you, great city, you mighty city of Babylon. In 1 hour your doom has come. The merchants and lords of the earth will weep and mourn over her because no one buys their cargoes anymore. Cargoes of gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, fine linen, purple, silk, sharp clothing, Wakanda, every sort of citron, wood, and articles of every kind, every made of ivory, costly wood, bronze, iron, and marble. Cargoes, cinnamon and spices, incense, myrrh, frankincense, of wine, olive oil, fine flour, and wheat, cattle and sheep. What horse carriages the human being sold as slaves. The human beings sold as slaves. Boy, the human beings sold as slaves. Yeah, that part. They will say, the fruit you long for is gone from you. All your luxury and splendor is vanished. never to be recovered. The merchants who sold these things and gained wealth from her will stand far off, terrified at her torment. They will weep and mourn and cry out, woe, woe to you, great city, dressed in fine linen, purple and scarlet and glittering with gold, precious stones, and pearls in 1 hour. Such great wealth being brought to ruin. Every sea captain, press one, all who travel by ship. Hey, listen to me. Hey, you, you. Huh, huh, I'm going to crush you. I told you. I am going to crush the entire Navy fleet, but one with one, every sea captain, every and all who travel by ship, the sailors who earn their living from the sea will stand far off and they will see the smoke of her burning. They will exclaim, were there ever a city like this great city? They will throw dust on their heads with weeping and mourning and cry out, woe, woe to you, great city, where all who had ships on the sea became rich through her wealth of human trafficking. In 1 hour, she has been brought to ruin. Rejoice over her, you heavens. Rejoice, you people of God. Rejoice, apostles and prophets, for God has judged her with the judgment she imposed on you. Press one, fair game. Press one. See, I told you. I, I tried to tell you. I read this. It changed my life. I said, oh, it's over. Y'all don't know what you've done. You don't know because you don't read. You believe in stuff and you're an antichrist. So you don't know what awaits you. I'm going to tell you. Okay. Then a mighty angel packed up a boulder, press one the size of a millstone, and threw it into the sea. That's the multitude of people. Remember, hey, don't get lost. Don't get lost. Remember and say it with such violence. And the great city of Babylon will be thrown down and never be found again. The music, the harpers, the musicians, the pipers, the trumpeter, all of them, they will be heard. They will never be heard from you again. No worker of any trade will be found in you again. The sound of a millstone will never be heard from you again. The light of a lamp will never shine from you again. The voice of a bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. The merchants were the world's important people. By your magic spell, the nations were all led astray. Amen. In her was found the blood of the prophets of God and holy God's holy name, and all who have been slaughtered on the earth. Press one. Oh, this is deeper than rap, little boy. This is deeper than helping you understand. Can you comprehend? You better. You better. You better comprehend. You better come. This is not mystical knowledge. This is already predestined destiny. This is your judgment. This is already written. That's why there's no fear. Because what I saw, you not messing with what this say. This is your end here. This is all the merchants, all the sailors, all the people of the world, all the multitudes who sat with the beast, sat inside of her, worshipped her, all of her abominations, her dead children, her gods, her incense. You out here burning, and the blood of the prophets is on your hands because you out here on earth committing her deeds. So don't think you little backdoor broads and niggas ain't nagas ain't going down with the ship. Oh, you going. Oh, you going. Oh, you're going, buddy. You're going down with the ship because you was given breath for 1 hour. And you're gonna realize that hour was only a minute. You was given breath, dressed as kings and queens and God's people. You see, but when Kev stand up, see, this would change Kev life. You want this? You want this? No, no, you want to jump all the way to the next level. Huh? Like you can understand non-complimented. All right, then come on back to the word of God then. After I heard what sounded like a roar of great multitude in heaven shouting, Hallelujah. Salvation and glory and power belongs to our God, for true and just are his judgments. He has commanded the great prostitute who corrupted the earth by her adulteries. He has avenged on her the blood of his servants. And again they shouted, Hallelujah. The smoke from her goes up forever and ever. The 24 elders and the four living creatures fell down and worshiped God who was seated on the throne, and they cried, Amen, hallelujah. Then a voice came from the throne saying, Praise our God, all you his servants, you who fear him, both great and small. Then I heard what sounded like a great multitude, like a roar of rushing waters. It sounded like loud peals of thunder shouting again. This is what he saw. I thought it was water coming, but water don't shout. Hallelujah. His people. For our God Almighty reigns. Let us let us rejoice and be glad and give him glory. For the wedding of the Lamb has come, and his bride has made herself ready. Fine linen, bright and clean, was given to her for wear. You don't even understand. You think that's what is that? You don't understand. Verse 1, fine linen stands for righteous acts of God's holy people. See, the people is his bride. They're his. You don't get it. Then the angel said to me, write this. Blessed are those who are invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb. And he added, these are the true words of God. And at this, I fell at his feet to worship him. But he said to me, don't do that. I am a fellow servant with you and with your brothers and sisters who hold up the testimony of Jesus Christ. Worship God, for he is the spirit of prophecy who bears testimony. Jesus. You don't get out of here with your fake religion. It's written already. It's written already, champ. Kev just playing, talking about do your homework. No, it's written. That's just to discipline your mind. That's workbook type stuff for you. Cause when you look back on it, you gonna be amazed a year from now, 2 years from now. Shit. Ain't nobody gonna be there when you look back on that. God will. Press one. These other people don't got that. They don't got that. They wish they did. They try to emulate. They don't got that. No, you gonna go in your book 2 years from now and say, wow, it's crazy. Press one. Look, the heavenly warrior defeats the beast. I saw heaven standing open. This is the vision. This is the same chapter. And there before me was a white horse whose rider is called Faithful and True. With justice he judges and wages war. His eyes are like a blazing fire, and on his head are many crowns. He has a name written on him, for no man knows but himself. He is dressed in a robe dipped in blood, and his name is the Word of God. His armies of heaven are following him, riding on white horses and dressed in fine linen, white and clean. Coming out of his mouth is a sharp sword, with which strikes down the nation. He will rule them with an iron scepter. He treads the winepress of the fury of the wrath of God Almighty. On his robe and on his thigh, he has his name written on it, the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And I saw an angel standing in the sun who cried in a loud voice to all the birds flying in midair, come together, gather for the great supper of God, so that you may eat the flesh of the kings, generals, and the mighty, and the horse riders and their riders, and the flesh of all people, free and slave, great and small. Then I saw a beast and the king. Then I saw the beast and the kings of the earth and their armies gathered together to wage war against the rider on the horse and his armies. But the beast was captured, and with the false prophet who had performed the signs on his behalf. With these signs, he had deluded those who had received the mark of the beast to worship its image. The two of them were thrown alive into the lake of burning sulfur. The rest were killed with the sword coming out of his mouth on the rider on a white horse, and the birds gorged them on their flesh. So the birds was eating them. All the animals started attacking him. Yep, it's true. Yep. Then I saw an angel coming out of heaven, having the key to the abyss and holding in his hand a great chain. You see, he seized the dragon and the serpent, who is the devil or Satan, and bound him for 1,000 years. He threw them into the abyss, locked and sealed it over them to keep him from deceiving the nations anymore until the 1,000 years were ended. After that, he must be set free a short time. That was the short time, right? I saw thrones on which were seated those who had been given authority to judge. And I saw the souls of those who had been beheaded because of their testimony about Jesus Christ and because of the word of God. They had not worshiped the beast or its image and had not received its mark on their foreheads. They came to life and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. The rest of them, the rest of the dead did not come into life until the 1,000 years were ended. This is the first resurrection. Blessed and holy are those who share in the first resurrection. The second death has no power over them, but they will be priests of God and of Christ, who will reign with them 1,000 years. When the 1,000 years are over, Satan will be released from his prison, and he will go out and deceive many nations in the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, and gather them for what? For battle. Yeah. In number, they are like the sand on the seashore. They marched across the breadth of the earth, surrounded the camp of God's people, the city he loves. But fire came down from heaven and devoured them. Boom. You don't got no atom bomb, fool. I don't believe. I know who got one. Hey, I know who got one. You just keep playing. Boom. All I know is we still here. That's why. Better quit playing. That sounds very familiar. A big boom, huh? The Big Bang, huh? That's when y'all shit start? Boom, huh? I bet you there's all type of booms that happen. Y'all just be lying about what the boom really is, but the booms be happening. I bet you. I bet you. The judgment of the dead. Look, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, y'all. Then I saw a great white throne and him who is seated on the throne. The earth and the heavens fled from his presence, and there was no place for them. And I saw the dead, great and small, standing before the throne, and books was open. Another book was open, which is the book of life. The dead was judged according to what they have done, as recorded in the books. The sea gave up the dead that were. Guess who was keeping? Guess who was keeping the records, brother? Like, oh man, Rome. Rome got everybody. Give me the little man. What's this right here? Come here, Santa Claus. Here, he know what you've been drinking. He knows you. He knows you are better. So for goodness sake. But what? All right, all right. I told you if y'all names ain't in that book, bro, this is crazy. The book of life is the book of the people who was waiting to come alive for that 1,000 years, that millennial that they don't know nothing about. What? See, when 1,000 years is up, you come alive. Well, you get the first one to come alive, then he wake everybody up to the life, and then everybody else come alive because we're all living, and we're like, what the shit? Because what I thought we was alive, but this is life. Wow. So we was dead. You see how they put that in the movie and make it seem, but legally you can see it, right? All right. The sea gave up the dead that were in it, and the dead of Hades gave up the dead that were in them, which person was judged according to what they had done. Then death and Hades were thrown into the lake of fire. The lake of fire is the second death. Anyone whose name is not found written in the book of life is thrown into the lake of fire. Is Hades? No, you go. Is what? What about death? Is death name written in the book of life? No. All who believed in that, are their names written in the book of life? No. Witches, warlocks, Eastern stars, their names are fading. You better repent. Your name is written with a number two pencil. We got erasers, boo boo. God got erasers. So we got to change. And if you're alive, you got to change. Your name is fading. You don't want your name to fade. You don't want to be like them. You don't want to be like death and sin and their names. It ain't it. Press what? Don't God give you a new name? We're going to get to these things. We're going to get to these things. Anyone whose name is not written in the book of life is thrown into the lake of fire. Anybody. You can, but this is not a democracy. This is the United States of James Carter. I'm the president. I'm the. I'm Michael Jackson. And you, oh man. That's why they used to be like, Kev, why you laughing in jail? Bro, you ain't read this, bro. This book right here, God is. That's why. What's that movie? Uh, The Devil's Advocate. You want to know why that he was so mad? Everything he does is like he got to be reminded. Like, no, I was almost there. You know what they call Satan in the heavenly realm? Almost. They call his ass almost. His ass told you. I don't know what he told you. They call his ass. They call him almost. He always up to something, and he almost always get it. That's one, and then it happens. Like what happens? Something. Imagine being Satanist the whole time. Oh, y'all, that's cold. You made to deceive people. And then out of nowhere, you got all this shit popping. Birth certificate, dead on arrival. Niggas is black and law, Universe 25. Motherfuckers is praising Saturn. Motherfuckers is just participating. And then out of nowhere, Neo fucking a pole somewhere in the universe. What the fuck was going on? So to him, it's like Freddy Krueger night. It's like the good guy is the bad guy to Satan. You get it. So you've been under Satan's rule. So to you, Superman is the good guy to you. But Superman only is a white supremacist. So you can't believe in Jesus Christ and be a white supremacist too. That's one. And Superman is not a hero. He is the throne. Press one. No, no, I don't want to hear none of that shit. Superman is not a hero. He's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He's actually possessed in my world. He's actually freaking possessed. But y'all see where we're going. We can deal in revelations this whole time. I just want y'all to know, hey, it's all there. Like Young Jeezy say, it's all there. They know their fate. Their fate is right waiting for them in brimstone. The whiter on the white horse, not the bowman, the other one who comes to slay the dragon with his tongue, not anything else. Stop going off script. You didn't write this manuscript. His tongue, which spews the truth of his father, will systematically destroy that kingdom. Not a magic sonic boom, not an EMF strike. And if they really want to take it there, God got something that will come down from heaven. Trust me. The white people know what this shit is. The Navy knows, military intelligence know. They don't want that smoke. They tried to say they made this. They did it. No, 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 no. They didn't do that. All right. Boom. Okay. They don't want no smoke. Trust me, they don't want no smoke. What I saw with my own eyes, trust me, there's not one spear or weaponry that they got to make it out the firmament, let alone fuck with some etheric, spiritual stuff that cannot be struck down with the knowledge of technology you trying to do. That old man. Rockets don't work out of space, fool. You can let Tesla tell you that stuff if you like. Press what? You're going to find out the hard way. Press one, you ain't going nowhere. You're fucked. Press one, they lied about Nibiru. They lied about Mars. They lied about where you thought you was going to run off to. You're not running off into the bunker. You ain't going. There's nowhere for you to go. Nowhere. So the only thing the rider on the white horse who's come into glory with a Superman blood drip jacket on, Rahman, he coming to teach, and his teaching gonna be so cold that the dragon is not going to be able to maintain. See, this was vision for the future. That didn't go on back then. No, no, no. That was a prophecy for the future, for the end time. What part of the game you at? You in the end time. Remember, you said this. Everybody know these. Everybody know what part. So the rider, you supposed to be looking for the rider who comes in the glory. But one of the God who sent him. He's the Superman. Superman, the white Superman, is not coming to help God's people and burn up Catholic Church and the beast system. And the Superman and Iron Man protects all that. He's coming to dismantle Iron Man, Superman, No Credible Hulk. He's coming to grab Wolverine. He's doing all that. He's not, oh, let's sit down and talk about it. No, that's what makes it cold because it's his tongue. It's what's coming out of his mouth that is distributing the refinement needed to change the world and put to death. See, you're not ready for that. You thinking the you don't really want theatric. I could write a movie, but you gotta go watch it though. You feel like I can write the script right now. This beautiful time to be alive. I told Ollie this years ago. He's still here. Ollie, is this not motherfucking the best time to be alive? We said this 7, 9 years ago, bro. Come on, bro. Been walking, we ain't even, bro, bro. How long we been walking, sir? Come on now. Come on now. How long we been walking? Come on now. Then I tell you, best time to be alive. Why? Because the rider on the white horse and the end of Epstein, which is Rome, didn't Rome tell him to leave? Didn't Rome tell them to leave? Hold up. Didn't Rome tell them to leave? Didn't the Pope say leave? Y'all better run because we gonna give y'all something. Epstein is Vatican. No, listen to me. Epstein is Vatican. Vatican know everybody's secrets. See, the Vatican knows everybody's secret. That wasn't a threat. That was a for sure, for sure. We are going, it's happening. So as that's happening, I do my job. I can read the side and say, oh, okay, he telling them they on limited borrowed time. Press one, hit the like button and subscribe. 1,000 years is to a day. So shit, 4 years, 4,000 years, but 4 years, 4 more years. All right. We're not adding, we're subtracting from that standpoint. Four. So yeah, they've had amped enough time. They had amped enough time. They could have stopped Epstein and this stuff a long time ago, but no, self destruction. Press one, and we just here to bear witness. We here to celebrate. Ha ha. You're not here to be sad with them. They caught. All of them is caught. Kirk, Candace, CIA, motherfucking Rome, everybody caught. Everybody is busted doing bad things to children. Yep. And it just keep coming out. It just keep coming out. It just keep coming out. Why? It's supposed to. It's supposed to. It's supposed to burn. It's supposed to fall. And the multitudes of people, they supposed to fall with it. Because they involved. They worship the beast. They worship the beast. They worship the woman, the top prostitute who had all nations fornicating. What's her name? Lady what? Okay, we'll get to it. Coffee and Kush TV. I love y'all. Make sure y'all support this truth. And we will be back with more lectures, more understanding right here at KevRow University. And as always, family, I'll holla.